Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf and weekly download episode number 119. It feels so good to wrap up yet another solid week of videos. Make sure you check out the video that I released on Monday about this baller PC build, especially watch the intro of that video if you haven't already. On today's episode of Weekly Download though, I'm going to be playing some Destiny 2 when I give this news. I got my cup of coffee right here. Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section what you're sipping on. Let's get into it. Before getting into the actual news this week, I want to quickly introduce the sponsor of today's video, Dev Mountain. Dev Mountain is a 13-week class for all of you aspiring iOS and web developers out there. Their 13-week class focuses on providing you only the skills that you actually need to go out there and start your new career in coding. They don't waste time with the filler curriculum like at a traditional college. They also feature student housing at no extra cost, a variety of different classes including UX design and QA testing, and most importantly, all of this is available at an affordable price. Head on down to that first link in the description to learn more if you're interested in getting that quick boost you need to start your new career in coding and design. Alright, so to start off this very long stretch of news for the week, let's first talk about some graphics cards, the first one being Nvidia's Titan RTX. Over the weekend we caught some glimpses of a possible Titan RTX, and now just a few days later the Titan RTX product page is now live over on Nvidia's website. As you would expect, this monster $2,500 card is rocking 4,608 CUDA cores, a base clock of 1,350 MHz, boost clock of 1,770 MHz, and 24 gigabytes of GDDR6. Spoiler alert, I'm not actually going to be reviewing this thing on my channel obviously, so we'll have to rely on some more baller tech channels to see this thing in action. In more graphics card news, you might have seen by now that the AMD Navi leaks are floating around the internet and probably your subscription boxes as well. Navi is AMD's insanely anticipated 7nm GPU architecture, and if the leaks are true, this is really going to shake up the graphics card market. First up, AMD is pretty much ditching their old naming scheme and calling it the RX 3000 series, which obviously just sounds like it's one step ahead of Nvidia's 2000 series to the average consumer. The leaks also include some specs, but I don't want to dive too deep on these because it's not confirmed yet, but apparently the 3080 will be rocking 8GB of GDDR6 RAM and a price tag of just $249, which sounds appetizing, and it's even rumored to be about 10 to 15% better than the GTX 1080. If true, that's some insane price to performance, but we can only wait and see until hopefully CES next month, which is when we should get the full details. Moving on past the GPU news, Razer has redesigned their Blade Stealth laptop, and this one is actually worth talking about in my opinion. Up until this new one, the Blade Stealth line was a cheaper Razer laptop that never included a discrete graphics card. You could only plug it into Razer's external GPU product, but now this new Stealth can come equipped with a discrete GPU, which sounds awesome. The GPU isn't a massive GTX 1070 or anything like that, it's just an MX 150, but this is obviously miles better than no dedicated graphics chip. If you're wondering, make sure you check out my MX 150 benchmarking video because this mobile chip can definitely do some damage. Next up, Seagate has released the world's first 16TB hard drive, which for some reason has me really excited. I should note that at work I literally just installed 200 terabytes of storage on a server that I built the other day, but the fact that we now have 16TB drives is pretty impressive. These massive HDDs are built in Seagate's new Exos Enterprise product line, and Seagate says that they still might have a possible 100TB HDD ready in less than a decade from now. Microsoft bounced in the newsfeed this week with their latest blog post confirming that they are ditching their current Edge browser and are now working on a new Chromium based browser instead. For those of you that don't know, Chromium is the open source engine that powers browsers like Google Chrome and Opera, and Microsoft acknowledges that this engine is far better than the one that they were using for Edge, and it's time to switch course. It looks like as of right now the project will still be called Edge, but we shall wait and see. And finally, to wrap up the tech news for the week, I thought you all should know that you can now test out the Steam Link beta on your Raspberry Pis if you have one. I recently reported that the Steam Link was pretty much dead, so it kind of makes sense that there's a beta version that's compatible with Raspberry Pis now. Apparently this one is only working on the newer 3 and 3B Plus models, but I'll definitely be trying this one out over the weekend and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Moving on to the PC gaming news for the week, this one completely shocked me by the way, but Counter-Strike Global Offensive just added a new Battle Royale mode, and it's also now a free-to-play game. What in the actual Heck, I sat down to write this weekly download episode, and in the middle of writing it, a bomb like this drops on me. The new BR mode is called Danger Zone, and it's a condensed version of the normal BR that we're used to, 16 players in the singles mode and 18 players in the duos or triples mode. I haven't tried this out for myself yet. I probably have by the time this video actually goes live though, but this is something else that I'll 100% be trying out over the weekend. Sticking with the Battle Royale theme, on top of the new Fortnite Season 7 and new creative mode, Epic is also planning on launching their own gaming store, which will apparently compete with Steam. We don't have many of the details yet, they'll announce more at the Game Awards, but Epic is stating that they plan on giving a lot of games away for free to entice users to come over to their platform instead of Steam. They also are getting smart in my eyes by offering up incentives for influencers that make content related to developers' games on that platform. I'm not sure exactly what all this means yet, but it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Moving on to some ray tracing news, which we haven't talked about in a week or so, the new Battlefield 5 update paired with the latest Nvidia drivers now boosts RTX performance by about 50%, which is much needed. Feel free to head on over to Hardware Unboxed full benchmarking video for this one, but basically the frame rates with the RTX cards is performing about 50% better, which I'm definitely excited about. Next up, we have some Destiny 2 news, and earlier this week Bungie rolled out their new Black Armory Year 2 release, which looks like it added a huge grind to the players who have been asking for it. Bungie has confirmed that they are now listening to the players and developing content that hobby players have been begging for. I haven't tried this patch out for myself, I'll be doing that this weekend as well, but let me know if you guys tried this one out and what your thoughts are. And finally, our last piece of PC gaming news for the week is that there's a pretty huge rumor floating around that the Dragon Age 4 will be announced at the Game Awards. Now don't get me wrong, we've heard this rumor before, but I'm personally very excited if this rumor becomes a reality. It's been way too long in my opinion since the last Dragon Age game. I hope they go back to how the earlier ones were, to be honest, but once again, we shall wait and see. Before wrapping up this video, like I've been saying, this is now the December month of giveaways, and I'm trying to do a giveaway in every single video, and this video is no exception. The company Rosewell, the guys who made this baller PC case, has offered to send over their new Neon K75 RGB mechanical keyboard. That's so awesome of them to do that, so please show your appreciation down in the comment section. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is to drop a comment down below saying that you want the keyboard, and I'll randomly respond to one of you in 48 hours. Well, that wraps up weekly download episode number 119. Huge thank you again to Rosewell for helping me out with this December month of giveaways. Hopefully more companies follow suit on that, because that would be awesome. Now feel free to head on over to one of these two videos if you haven't seen them yet, and definitely hit the subscribe button because next week we're doing 3 more giveaways. You don't want to miss those videos.